We should not have a racial divide in this country anymore, but we do. So I say to him, you do put your hands on the wheel. You do still have to be extra careful because you're black.
Can we just take a moment as America and register how profound and immoral it is? This is not the way that everybody has to behave. It is only the way that you have to behave.
Immoral. That was from CNN's Town Hall Black, White, and Blue the other day about the racial divide that exists in America. I'm Mike Slater, sitting in for Dr. Drew, back with Annalise, Tiffany, and Randy. And joining us via Skype, Shagun Oduolowu, social commentator, host of the podcast Wired In with Shagun. Shagun, what's the problem, my man? I'm white. I got a white dad. He told me to keep my hands on the wheel. What's up?
Well, I don't think there's any problem with you being told to keep your hands on the wheel. But when we have different rules for different people, that is the problem. And we're never seeing videos of young white motorists getting shot. It's always black motorists. And I find it alarming.
3 minutes ago we did, but continue.
Well, no, I find it alarming that, you know, it's always black people having to justify why they were shot. What was wrong with the motorist? What was he doing? How come he wasn't complying to all of the rules? But everybody knows, and in the Philando Castile case, you're going to reach for your gun with your girlfriend sitting next to you and a baby in the back seat. I mean, none of these things are plausible.
Oh, like that's never happened.
It always feels like the cops get exonerated.
Like that's never happened. Isn't it just about communicating, moving slowly, and keeping everyone safe? That's what it's about. Annalise, what do you think?
I love Shagun. Shagun, you know I love you. But here's the thing. It's not different rules applying to different people, different communities. The problem is it's being disproportionately applied. So as we heard at the beginning of the show, we have Senator Scott that's been pulled over 7 times in a year. That's unacceptable. Yep. But every single time he has to comply, just like in the last video that we saw, the white individual, the white man had to comply and he didn't and he got shot. So yep. you are being held accountable more often and being forced to comply with the law more often. But regardless, everyone has to follow the same rules. Yep. You're just being forced to do it more often.
And Tim Scott and the police officers were safe every time they got pulled over. Guys, I want to go to this real quick. We had a heated moment last night between, real quick, Shagun, I want to go right to you next, Shagun, after this clip here. Fox's Megyn Kelly, actor D.L. Hughley. Listen to what happened when they started talking about Michael Brown and Ferguson. Here it is.
Michael Brown was the aggressor.
Wow. Here's what I'll say.
Don't wow me.
Don't tell me not to wow you. It is not uncommon for you all to see one thing. The only place racism doesn't exist is Fox News and the police department. That's the only place. That's absolutely true.
That's insulting. You just insulted millions of people watching this channel.
And you know what? I'm insulted by the things I hear on this network, so we're even.
Shagun, I believe there are racists in America, but I don't believe we are a racist country. What say you?
I would have to disagree. I think we are a racist country. I think that racism, it's all basically, no pun intended, in the shades that we choose to look at it. I mean, if we're already saying that black motorists are being stopped more often, disproportionately more often, none of you have ever really been stopped for driving while black. I have. So if we're already saying that the people stopping me are biased towards me driving a certain car or acting a certain way, how can I comply with a rule by people that are already skewed against me? That's what black people are complaining about. It's not that we don't want to comply with the rules. The rules are already skewed. The deck is stacked against us.
Talked to a police officer yesterday, echoing his sentiment. He said the reason why we tend to pull over more black people is because oftentimes when I pull over a car with 5 black guys in it, there are indeed guns and drugs and all the rest. What do you say to that?
I drive around with plenty of black people in my car, and we don't have guns and we don't have drugs.
You don't, but statistically maybe more do.
Okay, so again, black men make up 6% of the population. So we're saying statistically that me, a journalist, I have more guns than, say, I don't know, a neo-Nazi skinhead.
I guess my point is, I really got to go. Last question. I guess my point is, when a police officer pulls over a car and there's things in there that are illegal, they're going to keep doing it. Why would they keep doing it if there was nothing illegal ever when they pull over black people? 20 seconds.
Because as you just said, we are living in a racist society. Listen, I'm not saying all cops are bad. I'm not saying all black people are angels. What I'm saying is that to assume that one is evil and one is good is the wrong assumption. And when cops are pulling over black motorists disproportionately at a greater rate than they are white motorists, and black motorists are getting shot on video way more than any other race in America, it's very hard to stand on the soapbox and say we're not living in a racist time.
Shagun, I appreciate you.
Meeting if everything was great.
Appreciate you, Shagun. Slater Side's up next.